Begin Within Ministries proudly presents Sofa Sundays with your hosts, Reverend Dr. Michelle Izuku and Reverend Jeannie Sovereigns. Sundays at 11:11 a.m. Arizona time and rebroadcasts on Mondays at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Come join us on the sofa every Sunday morning. Sofa Sundays with Michelle and Jeannie. Learn more at www.beginwithinministries.com. In partnership with New Thought Media Network.
Woo-hoo! Welcome.
Well, I just want you all to know, Rev Jeannie's
ornery today.
Not like you're never ornery.
I was going to say,
that
isn't
sounds
that
like
different?
That's not normal.
I know.
It's extra.
It's
extra. I think we should say
extra
ornery.
I don't know. I've been extra ornery this whole 2025 at least. I don't want to go too far back. I don't want to go into last year.
All the way back.
So speaking of last year, and for those of you who were not available to join us last Sunday afterwards for our manifestation journal.
Yes. So fun.
So fun.
Is that what we're calling it now? Manifestation journal?
I don't know. I love it. I'm renaming it.
Manifestation Magazine.
Manifestation Magazine. There you go. So we decided to do something different versus vision boarding. Which sounds a little like waterboarding right there. We did journals. So if you're in our Facebook group, you might have seen mine already because I spent hours the other day.
So
I'm recovering from hip surgery, so I have plenty of hours to spend. Hi, honey.
Hello.
And so this is my manifestation magazine. And yeah, I just had so much fun doing this. Michelle took us through some questions for each.
Well, we started with a drumming circle.
We did.
Provided by Soul Fire Vibe, which was amazing.
Amazing.
And it got us in the vibration and the mood for 2025.
Yes.
Put that in with questions too.
Yes.
And then we came in and did the formal presentation for creating the magazine,
right,
based on the different areas of life, which was cool. My mother used to create these little magazines for herself, and that's how she kind of kept herself occupied.
Right,
was doing that. I used to think it was silly, and then I realized one year, I think Jordan and I, this is dating myself, Jordan's now 33, but Jordan and I created one for ourselves for a visioning class. Because it was easier to see it. We're both very visual, easier to see it than try to just hold it up here. We thought, let's make something like grandma does with the, how she can just flip through pages and she looks at it and it makes her think of this and this makes her think of that. So we created our own magazines and we did a portable size. So
yes.
Take it wherever you want. We didn't want the big one.
When Michelle was telling me about her mom's stuff after her mom had passed, Michelle had seen all these magazines.
I have them still.
Yes.
Actually.
And that to me was just such a fun thing. So we decided to go with that.
So we turned it into the way that we do the vision. Yeah, my mother had one for every day. Like she had a monthly one that she reset for every month. She had one for different seasons. She had a winter, spring, summer, and fall magazine. And it was just interesting, the things that she did. What's the matter? You need a coffee too?
Yeah, he missed me.
Would you get her a coffee? And I needed a blanket. It is chilly.
It's a little chilly in here. Cinnamon, please.
Oh, that's very hot.
It's very hot.
That's why you know.
Are you hot?
Don't drink it right away.
We forgot our bowl again. We're just,
It's a day.
It's
January.
It's January. Yeah. We'll
January.
figure it out eventually.
Yeah.
Actually.
So anyway, I know you weren't here, for whatever reason, but it's not a difficult thing to do.
Thank you, sir.
You just go through real magazines, you clip out pictures, sayings, you can write in sayings.
Yes.
We had really cool stickers. Thank you, love. We had really good, cool stickers that we used, that she's got on here, but yeah, go check out this. She posted it on our Facebook group.
Yes.
Go check it out. It's very cool, but create something like this for yourself. And you could do it all the time.
Right.
You could do
And
it
I
for
have some blank
everything.
pages in the back so that
She's
I
gonna-
can still add.
Right
throughout
after
the
the
year.
money. Right after
I got
the
my money.
page, baby. Right after the money page. Yeah, I encourage everybody to have something like this. And when you have 2 minutes in the morning and 2 minutes at night, just flip through
Mhm.
your magazine and remind yourself, what am I pulling in? What am I a magnet for? How am I showing up? It's very cool.
Yeah,
It's
so
awesome.
I really enjoyed doing this, and I
Yes,
just
that's
wanted to
awesome.
share again. And I shared online about it, and there was other people that are part of our Facebook group, other ministers as
Yes.
well, that said, "Oh, I love that idea." You know,
Yes.
so
Mhm.
yeah,
It's
I
very
love
cool.
to share that.
It's very cool. And I could share the questions and stuff if you want to bring it to your own ministry. So yeah, I love
There
it.
we
It's
go.
very fun.
All right,
You want to pray us in?
I will pray us in.
Oh, and look at the bull magically
I don't know how
appearing.
that happens.
We have a wonderful sound tech,
Yeah,
stage
listens.
supporter, everything. Who
He-
listens?
Who listens to us? yeah.
Everything. I know. He's wonderful. Okay, here we
So speaking of listening to this sound of the bowl, as it brings our breathing to calm. And knowing that we are in the divine, that we are the divine, and that at this moment, we are present. There is only one life, one heartbeat, one breath, and we are one with that. We are that. So I speak my word for the highest and best good for our time together, knowing that everything that needs to be healed or revealed is available to us as we are present to it. That we are here to receive whatever opportunity is ours to receive. This health, this wealth, this guidance. We are open. And as we are open, we are guided, guarded, and protected. I send blessings on each and every person here and within the sound of my voice and beyond, knowing that they are guided, guarded, and protected. And I send blessings to leaders and teachers of all faiths, all cities, all countries, everywhere. And at this time, blessings go out for peace, for love, for community, for strength, knowing that they are guided, guarded, and protected. And for this, I am so grateful. I am grateful for the manifestation of this prayer now, knowing that as it goes out, we are blessed. So I let it go into the law that only says yes. And in faith, truth, and trust, I call it good. And together we say, and so it is. There we go. Oh, it is. Just letting it go out there, knowing that it's done.
It is done.
It is done. We
For
call
sure.
it good.
Yes.
So
And I don't think we've said that we were. Did we say we were at the home of Reverend Dr. Michelle?
we did not.
Whittington?
We talked about the book.
Yes,
Yeah.
we're here at the home of Reverend Dr. Michelle Whittington. Her practice, her classes at
7220 North
Does it so
16th
well. Thank
Street,
you.
building A1. That is not a steak sauce. That's us. You'll see us because the girls are on the door. They have different hair color, but so do Michelle and I. So, did you see the picture that I posted this morning of you, me, and Deb?
What?
We all had different hair color then. But anyway, so we're located between Glendale and Northern. And if you're in the Phoenix area, come on down. You're never late for Sofa Sundays.
No.
Unless, of course,
We're
you
always
enjoy
sharing.
being in your bed with your comfy blanket. So we're okay with that too. We're so glad you join us online.
But you can't get any hugs in
You
person.
cannot
if you're
get
not
any hugs.
here.
Exactly. There
That's
is
just
that.
how it goes. Yeah.
And then, our great barista,
you can't get coffee by True.
you can't get coffee by True.
I know.
Yeah.
I
So
have to tell you. Anyway, this is we're working from our journals.
yes,
This
we have
year,
journals this year.
Yes, we have our own Sofa Sundays journals for our partners, people that come and join us. They do get everybody gets the card.
Everybody gets the card.
That we provide so that you can keep that with you through the week.
And if you are new here, True, for our new person, can you give one of our packets? There we go. We do have a packet with a little journal and a pen, and that you can take notes on.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, but what I've loved using the Anton book all
Yes.
last year and actually
Yes.
a lot of the year before.
Yeah,
I've
most
really-
of the year before
Right.
too. Yeah.
Right. That's been such a great source. And I love though how we're shifting that up this year
Mm-hmm.
because I can't find my book, but Jeannie's looks a lot like mine. So
Yes,
This-
if anybody knows where the missing Science of Mind
I
book
know,
is, please
my
let
Science
us
of Mind
know.
book is missing. I will have to get a new one, and that's very upsetting because
It
I've
is.
marked all in mine too
Yeah.
and
So,
highlighted and whatever. I'm gonna have to have.
So now you'll get to see it with new eyes.
I don't. I want my old book back.
Where'd you leave it?
I don't know.
I don't
It's
know.
not- I don't know.
Yeah.
It's has to
But
be
it's
somewhere.
there.
It's there wherever.
Wherever
it is.
she left it, that's where it is.
Wherever it is.
Yeah.
Anyway, I love that this month we're using the Science of Mind book for our
Yes.
readings, and every month this year we're using a different book. So most of them are coming from New Thought leaders, old and new, and so it's just going to be very exciting. And I'm excited to be able to do that. It's just going to stir it up a little bit.
Yeah, stirring it up.
But it's appropriate to start with Science of Mind. Most religious science churches start January with the foundational teachings and things like that. We're not necessarily doing the foundational teachings, but we are pulling from
From the Science of
the
Mind.
Science of Mind,
Yes.
right? So if you don't have this book, I don't recommend getting the original version. I recommend getting the newest version you can find because you'll be able to read it.
Yeah.
He's very heady, but this book is full of stuff for every part of your life,
Mhm.
and it's just good stuff. So yeah,
And
so
today's every part of our life
this is a
is
lot.
the best parts.
I know.
Health,
right.
wealth, and happiness.
Right. I am filled with the spirit of health, wealth, and happiness. Well,
I love
how
that.
does that happen? How do you get filled with that?
Filled.
How do you do
Right?
that?
That's not like a little bit.
Do you have to go to the store?
Yes.
Amazon.
Amazon.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah, let's see. Look it up
I
on
pull
Amazon.
Everything. I want something. I go. Oh, let me just check Amazon.
Somebody Google that.
Let me just check Amazon.
It's funny that you say that. So welcome to Sofa Sundays, where nothing is a direct answer.
What? I give direct answers. Speak for yourself.
I am. But you just reminded me with
What?
Amazon. We just watched this movie with who was it?
And they're making movies now
Ca-
about
Ca-
Amazon.
Yeah, Cameron Diaz and
Oh yeah, Back in Action.
yeah, Back in Action,
Yeah.
where he says, "Where did you get that?" And she goes, "I ordered it on Amazon."
Everything.
Everything. I got it
Everything's on Amazon. Yeah. Right. I order everything on Amazon. I
Um,
want something. I go straight there to see if I can just get
Right.
it there first.
and sometimes Temu. I just want to
I
point
have
out
not done
that
Temu.
my peacock dress is a Temu
Are you
dress.
serious? How
Yes.
cute is that?
Right? Under $10. There you go. Anyhow, so health, wealth, and happiness. How do you get
But how
filled
do you
with
get that, right? Well,
Yeah.
I'm going to venture to say that you don't go get it. Much like everything else, it's not out here to get. It's not out
It's-
here. Guess what?
It's a begin within.
Say what? Yes.
Love
the
it.
whole reason why we call ourselves the Begin Within Ministries is because that's the
Right.
constant retraining is that's inside already. Your happiness, your health, your joy, it's an inside job. All of it's an inside job. I know it really feels like that person that cut you off on the way here really took your joy, like really made you mad, but it's all already, it's in here.
Right. I love the metaphor that talks about if somebody bumps into you and you spill your coffee, whose fault is that? Right? Like, what is it that you spilt the coffee? Whose fault is that?
That you spilled coffee.
That you spilled coffee. Well, you're the one with coffee, right? So if they bumped into you, you had water, you would have spilled your water, right? So like whatever, and Wayne Dyer used to talk about if you squeeze an orange, you get orange juice, right? So whatever is inside is
gonna come
what's
out.
going to come out. when you're stressed, when you are put to the test, because
When you're cut off.
you're cut off
But there,
because people are rude
and this,
or
here's
whatever.
the test. Have you had days where someone has cut you off and you've been like, go ahead?
Yeah, you obviously, I have, like, where I obviously have been like, you need to get to that red light quicker than I do.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
I'm at it.
Woo.
Yeah.
Be safe.
Yeah.
Be safe and say a little
exactly.
prayer because you're driving like a crazy person.
Yeah.
And then you've had days where you
You'd be
Road
like, oh, you
rage.
think so?
road rage. Yeah. What is that?
Actually, that part, I always make fun of that, but
The
I'm not a
action.
road
No,
rager.
I'm not either. I'd rather be safe, but I can be upset by it. It can
Mhm.
upset me, And so what's the difference? The action is the same. The person has cut me off. What's the
Mhm.
difference? The difference is me.
Right. The difference
And
is what I
what's
have in my
bubbling
cup.
up in me that
Yeah.
moment. In that moment is what's bubbling up. Thank you. Is what's bubbling up in me. Am I in a good mood that day? Did I just get a good
Right.
client, or did my kid
Right.
give me a really great hug and a great moment, and I was on the road after that? Or did I have a fight with my
Right.
friend, or
Right.
what
Did I
is
stub
it?
my toe on the way in?
Oh.
Did the cat puke and I stepped in it? Whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Oh, my
That's
cat
not-
owners
that's not what I-
understand. Yeah.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
So those are the things I think this causes awareness. Our reaction is an awareness for us. What other people do, that's an awareness of them.
Mhm.
If they're being mean to me, if someone's being mean to me, that's really has nothing to do with
No,
it.
yeah.
If you can not get triggered by that and stay out of that and just watch that, you will learn a lot about that person. You'll see a lot about how they feel about themselves, really,
Mhm.
right? And it's almost, if you can, it takes a lot of practice, and you can't do it with everybody. Sometimes you can't do it with everybody. Certain people you can do it easier with. But if you can do that, boy, you can just be like, yeah, break your heart. How tough we are on ourselves, on
Right.
the inside, and then it just comes out like that, right?
Right.
But it's an awareness of them. But how we respond, if I'm triggered and I'm running right with you, I'm ready to attack you back, or I show up in love, or that's an awareness for me. It's the story of Lyric, the girl's
Oh,
True
yeah.
coming home and saying Lyric's really upset. You should go talk to her. And I said, what's going on? I go talk to her. She said somebody called her stupid, and she started crying. And then we had the whole conversation. Remember that
Mhm.
where I said, well, are you stupid? And she was like, well, I mean, kind of a little bit in math. I'm kind of in math. You're stupid in math. And she goes, well, yeah, because sometimes I don't know how to do, I don't know what she said, division or whatever. And I said, Lyric, what's 4 times 3? And she goes, 12. I go, right. So if I take 12 divided by 4, what do I get? She goes, 3. I'm like, division. She was like, I'm like, oh my gosh. I said, honey, the only reason why that can upset you is because you somewhere believe it's true.
Right.
If someone yelled at me, I hate your blue hair, I'm going to be like,
You think you need to go
Okay.
get glasses?
like nothing. It doesn't
Yeah,
stick on
right.
me, and I have no reaction to it. I really don't care. I'm like,
Right.
okay.
If it doesn't, if
Have a
that
good
if that
day.
couch, if that coat doesn't fit, it doesn't fit.
Yeah. But the moment they say something that is me, oh man.
Or I believe it's me.
True. We have a hand up. Yeah. I mean, that's.
I love the timing. Is this?
Just doing it right now. Okay.
I love the timing of this because a friend of mine shared a clip from some social media talking about if you own and you know who you are and you own it, nobody else can throw you off.
Yeah.
If I own my selfishness and all the ugliness and the good, it's like there's okay, what do you have? Okay, and what's your point?
Right.
Right.
You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
doesn't
I
take you
agree.
out.
That's like that the movie 8 Mile where Eminem was the rapper in that. And in the finale of the thing, the guy, he gets up to rap, but he says all his own dirt in his rap. So the other guy who was ready to rap back and he was going to say all that stuff,
Oh,
Yeah.
got up with
That's
nothing to
good.
say.
that's
He had
good.
nothing to say. He just stood there. He couldn't even, because all of his bits, Eminem already
Right.
used it on himself. He was like, yeah, I know you're going to say I'm blah, 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 blah. And it was like the most, man, it's a powerful
Mm.
moment, that movie. But it is, he finally just owned all his stuff. And now this guy couldn't.
Then you have
hurt
nothing against-
Nothing
yeah.
can hurt you if
Mhm.
you're right. Own
Mm-hmm.
your own self, your own experience, your own, all of this. And then it doesn't. Yeah. But it's an awareness. It's an awareness where
Right.
those spots are in ourselves that maybe we don't like that either. We want to work on that or whatever. But yeah, I've always liked that quote that your what is it? Your not reaction to me, but it's your something to
Your
me.
opinion of me
Thank
is
you.
none of my business.
Your opinion of me is a reflection of you, and my reaction to you is an awareness for me. And that's something I've really been working on, I think, for, I don't know, several years since I've read that. I was like, oh my gosh, so that's mine.
Right.
It's all an indicator.
Ooh. It's like a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Joyce going.
So I heard a quote probably like a few years ago. I think TD Jake said, if you know who you are, then you know who you are not.
If you know who you are, then you know who you are not.
Mhm.
Because if you know yourself, and also like
Love that.
if we understand that there is a higher power in what God says about us, and kind of take that people pleasing spirit, like that's taken me 3 or 4 years to even know that that was a thing. Where it's
Mhm.
like now, like if you say something good, that's fine. And if you say something bad, I look at it the same way, because there's nothing that you could say about me that could supersede what God says. And if you
Mm.
stand
I love
in
that.
space,
Amen.
because
Sis.
there's always going to be negative people, right? Because
Sure.
Always,
God
because
make
they're
it
going
work.
through their own,
yeah, everybody's going.
they
through
have their own
thing.
stuff.
But I think it's also giving those people grace to be like, I can now see where you're at, and I just stand in my space and own the
Exactly.
power. that
Right.
God gives me.
Absolutely.
I think everyone should read the book Real Love, the original book. He did it in multiple scenarios, but the original book, it's a real fast read. But when you read that book, you don't see other people the same way. You can see them in their own. You give them a lot of grace, because
Right.
when they're angry or they're lying or they're all the different things, you're like, that's a symptom of this and of that and of this. It's like, wow. Oh my gosh, and it's just that it's inside of them. The battle is in here. They're putting it out here. And unfortunately, maybe they're not aware yet. They haven't come to that understanding that the battle's not out here, buddy.
Or they are aware.
Stuff that you need to deal with.
I mean, sometimes we are aware and we still haven't made it to that part where things are not manifesting outside of us. It's like some things take longer, to deal with and stuff. I love, when Joy brought up the people pleasing thing. A lot of people in the room have done the positive intelligence thing where we talked about our saboteurs, and there's like 10 of them. And, when I first did the testing of it, and I've been working on myself since I was 19 years old. I mean, I have been a self-help junkie, I've been in recovery, I've been in New Thought. So when I take this test and it says, I'm a martyr, I'm a people pleaser, I'm an avoider, that these are my top, saboteurs in my life, I was a little offended by myself. I'm just going to be truthful, right?
Yeah.
And I was a little like, wow, still, I think, and so it did change a lot of things for me, positive intelligence, because it taught me to recognize those things, and a little bit as I've studied it more about why those things are within me. I needed to be seen more. So being a people pleaser, people enjoy those who please them. They like to have you around. They'll be your friend.
Right.
They'll see you. People enjoy avoiders too, because now you're not going to cause any trouble.
Right. You're not going to call them out on.
You're not going to call them
whatever's going
out.
on,
Yeah.
right?
And my martyrdom part was about, and they call it victim. That victim part was about when I didn't get attention for being the people pleaser or the avoider. The victim part was like, oh, sure, I did all this for you and you do nothing for me, and I had to start looking at that wording in my brain. Right? Like you wouldn't know I was talking to myself like that, but
Right.
I knew it.
Right.
And that's what comes down to, going back to science of mind, change your thinking, change your life. Well, changing that thinking, just that part, changed so much
Mhm.
because now I was no longer the victim of outside or inside, and that made a huge difference. But owning my stuff was still very important
Right.
because, look, I'm not a perfect, specimen of humanity. Well, maybe I am. I make mistakes, right? Like maybe that's
I was
what
just
the
gonna say,
perfect
wait.
specimen of humanity
And why
is. But
wouldn't you be
Yeah.
perfect?
Thank
Why
you.
would-
thank you.
Perfect.
Specimen. I am a perfect specimen
Yes,
of
we are all
humanity.
perfect
I make all
specimens.
those mistakes,
Yes.
and that really, like, learning that and being aware of it and owning it, like you said about the rap song, like owning that's the things that are me. And,
Mhm.
I'm doing the best I can with what I have. And when I know better, I do better.
Yeah.
Thank you, Maya.
Right.
Oh, I
and when
guess
we
I was drinking
own,
this.
this is just coming to me, it's a little bit off the topic, but when we own our true selves, we allow that for other people.
Yes.
And we allow the connection with other people. When we're trying to hide that or act like that's not what's going on or that we don't have that issue or whatever, true, I just saw a hand, then we don't get to have that connection. People don't think they can come to us because they don't
Right.
know that we've done that or been through that or have felt that, whatever. They have no idea that they just see what you are,
Right.
what you are projecting now. And they go, oh, I can't tell Michelle because, she wouldn't understand. Like,
Right.
Try me.
Yeah, exactly.
Go ahead.
Because she wouldn't understand.
Right.
What came up for me was after declaring and recognizing and owning the stuff, don't ignore the good. Just because you've got all this, it doesn't negate. It's like
Right.
remembering it's all there. You have it all.
Right. You can't, well, I don't know if you can't, but I mean, for me, you can't go, well, I don't want this piece of who I am. I don't want this,
Yeah.
because then that's going to change who you are. You know what I mean? Like all this stuff
Unless it's a bad joint.
that you can remove.
Oh,
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
All of these things have made you up to what you are today and how you are showing up.
What I was
I really like the idea of, we on focusing on the universe saying yes. It's like going up to a smorgasbord and saying, I don't want that, I don't want that, I don't want that.
Yeah.
You're going to starve, right?
Right.
So, but when you focus on what you want, then you can have whatever you want from the smorgasbord.
I like
And
it.
lots of it.
I like and lots of it.
And you can try things. And if you don't like it,
you can change your mind.
you can change your mind. That's why I always like taking kids to all you can eat. Because
So
kids,
easy.
I mean, really, they never want anything.
Yeah.
I
don't
want
like
chicken
anything.
strips and Jello. You got it.
They
you
do
go.
pick the weirdest
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
They do pick the weirdest things on
They do.
smorgasbord. They do. But yeah, it's kind of funny.
So I had a couple of areas to
You
check
wanna
out.
check?
Right.
Let's do it. I have
So
two. One, two.
I'm a big fan of the back of the book for the meditations for self-help. So if you have a Science of Mind, the back of the book, starting like page 507, has different meditations, affirmations, little things that you can read to help with different things. And some of the titles are like, I do not inherit disease. I have no congestion, no false growth, no weariness, perfect hearing, perfect vision. So there are different ones that are for health.
Mhm.
So I recommend that you go there. And I am going to give you one of my favorites because I have a tendency to have a little pain from time and time again. So this one's called There Is No Pain. And this is on page 510 at the bottom. There is no pain nor inflammation. All fear is swept away in the realization of truth. I am free from every belief in pain. The spirit cannot pain, and I am pure spirit. I am free from all pain.
Woo.
Right?
Amen.
Yes. The spirit cannot pain, and I am pure spirit. So, there have been time periods where,
Right.
and you just have to, for me, You know, I one of the other things that Ernest Holmes says is pain or pill. I mean, prayer or pill. Pain or pill. Prayer or pill, right? So like he never discourages seeking medical attention because that's divine healing as well.
Right.
And, you know, so I'm a big person with, you know, I go with Western medicine, and I have crystals by my bed that were specifically picked out for healing of hip surgery. I, you know,
Hey man, we'll do all the things.
right? I have oil. I
We're
mean,
not turning it into
prayer.
this.
Like if there is a thing that somebody says, "Oh, this will help you in healing," I'm like, "Yes, please sign me up." So that I think is one of the things that I definitely changed in my belief patterns, that there was only one way that something could be accomplished.
Right.
And no matter, and then like if we go over to wealth on that, if you are completely focused on one way that money can come to you as a thing, right? And I look around this room for everybody that I know, and we all have had that experience in 2024, right? Like, how is money coming to me this year? And you know, we're like, oh, well, it must be a job. It must be a contract. It must be a client. And yet the other day we opened up a thing, and there was a check inside, an unexpected check that took care of a bill, you know, that we were like, oh, right? That these things happen. It wasn't millions of dollars, but it was enough to cover, right? When somebody offers you a gift of something like a concert, or somebody offers you a gift of a class, or, you know, like we have to look at other ways that things come to us besides a paycheck, because, you know, that's just one way,
right?
Just one way that wealth happens.
Right. And then can I borrow your book?
You can. Yes, you may. We're going to have a GoFundMe for New Science of
Oh
Mind
my
book.
gosh. No, we're going to find my,
We will find your book. It's here somewhere.
there. So, you know, thoughts become things. How powerful our thoughts are. You were just saying that. Basically, it's
Absolutely.
all within. So in the Science of Mind, I was looking at 147, I think 145 also. Let me look back here. Yeah, so 145 on the second, well, I don't know, the second paragraph, full paragraph. Ernest says, thoughts are things. They have the power to objectify themselves. Thought lays hold of causation and forms real substance. The word of man is the law of his life under the one great law of all life. Thoughts of sickness can make a man sick, and thoughts of health and perfection can heal him. So how are you thinking? What are you thinking? Like, I love how you say, if I'm experiencing this, don't tell me that's how I'm thinking. And I should be like,
I do. I get very upset about that, but it's true.
It's a natural go-to when you're when you're a religious scientist.
Yeah.
Like my mind, if my husband or my
thinking
kids
about?
or someone's telling me about something negative, my first thought can go to that. And then I have to be like, slow your roll. Calm down.
Calm down. Don't say.
Let's hear where they're at and try to work here. And then we can do later, because you've already created this.
Right.
Whatever it is, you've already created it. So we don't need to go be like, what's my thinking? Whatever.
And it could have been a thinking a long time ago too.
It so can.
So it doesn't necessarily have to be in today's thought process that things, you know,
You
now
still
are
have
manifesting.
to go through what you've created.
Yes.
And then so you might look at that and go, yeah, I don't like this. But the recognition of I created this needs to be there. So it's not beating yourself up for like, well, what have you been thinking that you're creating this? What have you been thinking? It's not that. It's okay. So yeah, this isn't working for me. I no longer want to be experiencing this. So let's change my thinking.
Oh yes, definitely.
Let's work to create something new. I still feel but like when you are going through tough times and you can clearly look back like, well, I made that money choice, or I did quit that job. I didn't like it. And then it took me this long to get a different job. And, so the moves that you're making, there are going to be consequences. You're the cause and there is an effect.
Right.
Right. So you don't need to go back and beat yourself up for something that was in the past that no longer exists. The past is gone. But what can I do right now? So it's okay. I'm experiencing this. I can't pay a bill, or I don't like this, whatever. Okay, so what do I need to be working on now? What is it that I'm creating now? Because I'm going to move through this that I have created, but I'm going to move to there. So, you know what I mean? Like I'm going to.
Right.
So it's be graceful with be grace,
Give yourself the grace.
Yes, please.
One of the things that you just brought up, and you're talking about, I have knee pain, right? So I had joints replaced, and now we're down to one to go.
That's it, man.
But one of the things that PT is doing as I am moving through recovery from hip surgery is working on my quad strength to help my knee. Right. So, but so there, like I can't go back when this joint situation was created, nor would I want to at this point. Right. Like I don't want to but here we are.
Or get mad at yourself and sit back
and
there.
Go, but because I read the Louise Hay book and it said about not moving forward, and I get it.
Yes.
I know it. I know what I thought. Okay, here we are.
All right.
Now we're moving on.
Yes.
And to move on, how am I strengthening this leg to help this part? Right. And so that's a specific thing, but can we expand that? Like if you are having, we go to wealth. If you are having a situation where you're not feeling or seeing abundance and prosperity in your life, what can you do to create, right? Because we talk about it's not just, it's treat and move your feet. It's not just prayer, right? Prayer doesn't pay SDG and sorry, that's a California one. Prayer doesn't pay APS, right? Like you pray and you do the things that are necessary to bring in, right? And in order to do that, especially we have so many entrepreneurs, right? What do we do there? How do we keep our mindset as an entrepreneur in what we want to create, right? It's not about the worry, right? It's about what we were talking about earlier today, about the flow, about the creation, about the creativity of the flow. That brings it up. So here's where our wealth comes from, not just dollar sign wealth, but the wealth of creativity that changes who we are in this world. When I am in a creative mode, whether it's writing or painting or collaging or whatever it is, right? That flow, we were just talking about this before y'all got here, about how that creates such energy in our lives and in our space and in our bodies to bring about that happiness, that wealth, that health. So
well, and if you feel that energy, if you take a minute and be like, how does that feel? True. And then if you think about you have a bunch of money, what does that energy feel like? They're a match.
Oh yeah.
It's a match. It's the same energy. So the more that you're in that creative, like, woo, and you're like flying high as a kite and you're just, it's coming out, you are vibrating at the same energy of what that money would feel like if you had that. I just want to say one quick thought. Worry is like praying for the thing you don't want to happen twice, right? So you sit there and you're worrying, you're pulling that more to you or making it keep happening. And I always express this when you're in these moments that you don't like, especially when you don't have enough money to pay the bills, you do need to have different thinking and you do need to make some different moves. You do need to move that compass, even if it's just a degree to go somewhere else, right? But you still have to deal with where you have brought yourself. You may not get the unexpected check in the
Right,
mail.
you may
You
not.
may not get saved out from under it just by your thinking. It may come that fast too. I mean, I've
Right.
had that happen that fast too, where it's like,
Mhm.
boom, oh my
Or it
gosh.
may take you making a
And
phone call.
you may need to go through
Yeah.
the process of,
I
I'm
need,
not going to be able to
Yeah.
pay it. Like you may have to go through that. And at the same time, maintain the different course.
yes.
Head in a different direction. Don't
Mhm.
stay there and worry and simmer and,
Course correct.
keep yourself there.
Yeah.
Go, yep, this is what I'm experiencing right now. And I'm going to experience something else.
Right.
I'm moving somewhere else. Sorry, Amy, go
No,
ahead.
no, it's perfect, actually. So when I heard worry, I was thinking, okay, symbolic tool for reflection and redirection. W, witness your thoughts, acknowledge your worries without judgment. O, observe the root cause, it's fear, uncertainty, or something unresolved. Redirect your focus, shift towards something productive or calming. Release what you cannot control, let go of the need for perfection or certainty, and then yield to the present moment, surrender to what is instead of resisting.
I love it.
I love
Yes,
that.
yield to the present moment. Come back here.
That's the acronym
Be
for
right
worry.
here. Don't go in the past and sit there. We don't.
Yeah.
We already determined we don't like what that brought us, so we
Right.
don't need to go back there and go through it all over again and create more of that. We want to
Right.
get in the present and create what we
Uh,
want to be experiencing.
It's so funny. Surrender, letting go,
Mhm.
yielding,
Mhm.
release. All of these things are like steps to
Be in the flow.
be in the flow, the energetic. I just did a call with a great coach, Lene, and she was talking about clearing the energy, right? The stuff that is created, and she has like a little saying and stuff, and I'm not going to steal her thunder, but I'll put her little contact
yeah, put her
information.
stuff on there though.
But like, so since I was on this call, I have been doing that and feeling the release. One of the things she does say, though, that I will share is return to sender for energy, right?
I
And,
love it.
like, especially I look around the room and I see the empaths in the room, and
Oh, really?
knowing that, as an empath, we take on.
Oh yeah.
We take on the stuff that is not ours to take on. And one of the things that she said was 95% of the stuff we believe about ourselves is not ours.
Say it again.
95% of the stuff we believe about ourselves is not ours. We did not create that. Our parents, our teachers, our lovers, our friends, our not so friends, social
The
media,
collective.
ads, right? All of these things have come on top of us, and they said, this is who you are. And we said, okay,
Well, because we weren't paying attention.
right,
We're all guilty of that.
right.
I've
And
done-
if you don't believe me, check out your feed on Facebook.
Mhm.
It'll tell you who you are. Mine's full of ads for things like Il Maquillage and caftans. The things that we have taken on that say, I am a person who, right? So what Lene talked about was uncreating that relationship that you have with whatever, whether it's, your clothing, your best friend, whatever, your cat, uncreate that. And then who am I to be? How am I to be as peace, as joy, as love in this relationship with?
And then go be it.
And then go be it.
And then go be it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, it's very, here we go again. Simple, but not easy, right? I mean, so
think-
many things are like that.
And that's one of the reasons why we did this. We got everybody through this, creating this vision in the 8 areas of life,
Mhm.
because it's so important to live intentionally and not by default,
Right.
right? You are the creator of your life, but it will continue to create whether you are intentionally using it or not.
Yes. It doesn't stop creating
It just
just
keeps
because you're not paying
going.
attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so intentionally do that.
Yes.
Use your power for the good that you want to be experiencing in your life. Go and look at the 8 areas of life and say to yourself, what is the highest experience for me in that area? What is that for me? And just let yourself relish in that, right?
Right.
Feel that, want
Feel
that,
it.
put that
What does-
in here.
Yes.
Right. And then recognize how far is that gap from what I'm experiencing right now compared to what that is? Because that highest vision of yourself is yours to be. That is where you belong. That is yours. That's why you can envision it and imagine it. But you're not matching it on the day-to-day. Your energy, your thinking, the moves you're making, somewhere, maybe you're not matching it. So where can you start doing that right away and intentionally decide to move boldly in that direction, whatever that is? You know, I did that this year with my business plans. Like we're doing Dry January. And I recognized as I was thinking about different things, I recognized certain things are causing me to not function at my highest level, which is what it's going to take to get to where I want to be. So I'm like, well, then that's out. And then I'm not doing that either. And then that's gone. And I'm going to start doing that. And I've just been boldly, I even gave up sugar, which is insane.
I was gonna say, and the big one,
The biggest, that was
The
bigger.
big
That was
one.
a surprise, but
Yeah.
that was the biggest
I'm really impressed
That's
with
been
that.
causing the
'Cause
most problem.
I've been doing Dry January for 28 years
I know,
now.
that's-
That's not
yeah.
a, you know,
But
and
yes,
February, March
sugar.
through.
Sugar,
But
that's
sugar?
been actually harder than I thought. It's
Yeah.
really
Oh, yeah.
shocking.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
really shocking.
Yeah, that's the number one drug. Yeah, there you go,
Amazing.
sugar.
Whew, and it's caused a lot of things. But
Yeah.
yes, I'm on the other. I'm
on
almost.
the other
What
side.
am I at? 20 days now.
Yeah.
20 days. But yeah, but I'm seeing like I'm no longer. I feel like I've been pretty good at creating my life. I love my
Mhm.
life. Like if it was over today, I love what I have created. But I have so many things I want to
Right.
create that I don't want to leave with me. I
Mhm.
want to do these things.
You still have that song
There's
in
a
you.
lot, yes.
Yeah.
And so because of that, then my head goes, I lost, I don't know how many people last year, started off this year with my brother-in-law passing away suddenly. And so my head goes, what are you doing? What are you doing? Right? I'm 55. What are you doing? You have these things to do. How much longer are you going to sit on it?
Mhm.
Like start making other choices, other things that are important that don't take you away from that. Is this, if I want to go have a few drinks on this Friday night with my husband and we have some drinks and whatever, and then it makes me want to sleep the next day, am I wasting that whole amount of time that I could have focused on that goal? Yes. Then that's gone. So it's just intentionally, boldly decide what it is you're creating and then go do it. And don't let anything that doesn't match with that come in alignment. Not that I'm saying that you can't have a moment
Right.
of
No.
don't beat yourself up if you do. Just
Grace.
get back on
Always
track.
grace.
Back on track. Yeah, because the whole world
Right.
is telling you to go have a drink or telling you to eat this sugar or eat this crap. Like it's all everywhere
Right.
you go. As soon as you try to stop, you'll be like, wow.
Right. It's
They're all
like
pushing
when,
it.
It's like when you're looking to buy a new car and there's a specific type of car you're
Yes,
looking to
everywhere.
buy and that's all you see. Well,
Wow.
when you're giving up sugar, that's all you see.
Everything.
I have not given up
But
sugar.
it's shocking where everywhere, you're set up everywhere, and the alcohol's the same way. It's in all your social activities. It's in it. Like there's so much stuff, processed foods everywhere. Like it's a lot.
Yeah.
But I have so clearly gotten a hit as to what I want to be creating, and so clearly when I said what am I willing to do in exchange, that's what I forgot to say.
Right.
The formula is here's what I want to create and what am I willing to do in exchange for it. And I so clearly got that answer that I was like, oh my God, how am I going to tell my husband I don't want to drink for this? But he got the same, luckily he got the same. He said, I agree. That's not serving us at all. So we both did that. Then I said, what about this? He goes, oh, I don't know, but what are you talking about?
Yeah.
He said, I'll do alcohol. I'll do alcohol.
Let's
but
not
that's
get
it.
crazy.
But I'm kind of an all or nothing girl. Like I'll just stop everything. I'll just
Yeah.
be insane and stop it all. And that's kind of where I went. But yeah, I really encourage you to don't let this year run by. It's already almost done with January. Like don't do it. Like intentional. I think that's the word for the year. Like be
Yeah.
serious now.
Intentional.
Come on,
Yeah.
let's just push the envelope. What could you do?
Right. And it's funny you said the word of the year, intentional. My word for this year is opportunity. right? And how am, Elaine, you're saying about what are you willing, what did you say? What am I willing to exchange for
Yes,
this,
that's
right?
a big thing.
So in order to see opportunity, I have to be aware of it, right? I have to be ready to receive the opportunities that are available. And for that, I have to be willing to push the envelope, push the edge, past my green growing edge, right? Past the comfort zone, because opportunity is always just right outside that comfort zone,
Yes,
right? Because what's comfortable is easy for me.
right.
It's easy to do what's comfortable. I have tons of things that I'm good at, that I can do in my sleep,
Right.
that I'm comfortable with.
Right. And you could happily sit there.
Exactly. And there's where I have been stuck on some years. Not recently, but there have been
Yeah.
time periods where I'm like, let me just put my feet up and
There's
relax.
nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
Either.
No. That's just not my year this year.
Yeah.
I don't feel that as,
I
as
feel
a,
the. I
yeah.
feel the.
I feel mine as, like
Revving
you
up
said,
this year.
intention. I feel the opportunity that it is here. I was going to say that it will. No, it's not a will be.
Oh, it's
That
right
it
there.
is here, and it's up to me to see it.
And it's so exciting. Like
It
I
is.
feel the
Yeah.
buzz and the, like even talking about it, I feel
Yeah.
high as a kite. Like and I try to stay in that feeling
Mhm.
as much as I can. Like I recognize it all the time. Like, oh my gosh, it's just so
Yeah. Oh, that's to digress a little bit. Soulfire Vibe had a meeting with your business best friend, and
me.
that's her. We have other side gigs, and that energy with the three of us in the room,
Wasn't that
and
amazing?
it really was.
Yes.
It really, really was. When you are discussing with people what you want to see happen, and not just what you want to see happen, but you see it. And, listening to Coda describe her vision
for her business.
For her
creating
business.
her business.
we were like, yes, we see that.
I had goosebumps.
I have it
I'm
now.
getting them now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you feel that's
yes.
that's
And
where
that is where you want something to be created. That's where you need to start there. You need to start in that feeling.
and you should have that in your life.
Yes, that effervescent joy bubble.
Yes, your life is your greatest business. You can
Yeah.
have your life is your real business, and then you have the side hustle of whatever you do for your career.
Yeah.
But your life is your business. That's
Yes.
your main business. That's why it bothers me when people say, "Oh, I want to create a work-life balance." I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Work
Life is it.
Your work is 1/8 of your life. 1/8. There's 8 parts. It's one of them. Just one. Your life is the business, and that just gonna fit right. I'm gonna fit it right here,
Right there.
right there. And then I'm gonna, but yeah, you should be high as a kite about your life. You should be looking at the different areas. You should know the truth of who and whose you are, and the reason why you are experiencing the desire for these things is because they're meant for you to do them.
Right.
And I
Yeah.
know sometimes they're scary, true. I know sometimes they're scary and they feel overwhelming. And that's why you got a tribe. That's why you have like people that can help you with different things. Sometimes you got to pay them. Sometimes they just are there. I mean, whatever it is. And that's why I'd always say move boldly, because the fear will pull you back. You got to you just got to
move boldly.
go. Yeah.
I love this. It's by Henry Rollins. No such thing as spare time. No such thing as free time. No such thing as downtime. All you got is lifetime.
Oh,
Go.
yes.
Oh,
go.
yes.
Yeah. Go.
Yeah.
Use it wisely.
Love it.
Use it wisely. I know it's very, I feel like this year is very exciting. A lot of like, that energy. I love that energy.
Yeah.
Some people maybe don't, but
I feel like last year was a lot of seeding
yes.
and rooting down, and that we are going to see the fruits of that this year.
Realization too.
Yeah.
Like a lot of like, let's try this. Like, no, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of like, no, I know where it is, and that's where I'm going. So, and I just spilled coffee in your
Did you? Are you spilling coffee in my? This is why she wasn't allowed to have her own book. Apparently. I'm like, yeah, you're treating my book.
It's okay.
I think-
my book, but
I
I'm sorry.
think it'll be fine, honey. It's fine. It's fine.
So sorry.
Yes.
I think I might have had one more reading, but let me just make sure. We may have already talked about it. I want to make sure that it's not. I thought it was 267, but I think we got it. Yeah, we got it.
All
That's
right.
what I wanted to say anyway. Did you have others?
I,
For
you know
today?
what? I am good. I am good on those, you know.
know.
There is one that I will share. It's on
Yeah.
page 534. And it is, you know, I'll say this and then we can pray out. It says, "My good is complete. My good is complete. It is finished. It is now here and is conscious of me and mine. I do not have to wait for my good. It is at hand and ever ready to spring forth and express itself to me. I accept my good and gladly acknowledge it to be my daily companion. My good is mine now. I can see it and feel it and know it. Today I claim my good."
Amen, sister.
That's right.
Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Yeah, see, there are people here. Just
Yeah, we're just proving.
got
We're not just
our
talking.
crew's in the
ourselves,
house. Our crew's in the
yeah.
house.
That's right. So anything else? Any ahas? Any amens? Any
Anything you're feeling?
wants to express?
anything sharing? Good. Everybody's good.
Okay. We're full. Good. Filled you up.
I know this was like
That's how
not
you
where
get-
I thought we were gonna go
Yeah.
today. I sometimes I go, oh, okay. that's
We'll
where
go
we're
here. Yeah, and we
And then
never-
it's like somewhere I don't even know what.
you know what?
happened.
And that's what happens
I don't
when
exactly know what happened.
Spirit
today.
does it. So just
That's why we're not scripted.
that's why
because
we're not
we wanted
scripted,
to just
yeah.
do that.
all right. So you'll pray us out, and then we'll
Yeah,
talk
what
about
were we
next
gonna
week.
say?
I was going to talk about next week.
Okay, let's
So
pray out. and
let's
then we'll
pray
talk
out
about
and then
next
we'll talk
week.
about next
Oh
week.
my goodness. All right, let's take some breaths. And release one more time. Feel that grounding energy. Recognizing the one power, one presence, one life. It is love, joy, peace. It is all there is. It is manifesting in each and every one of us all the time, never ending, fully charged. It's that incredible feeling we feel, that powerful surge when we boldly move in the direction of our desires. And from that place of my knowing my truth, I speak my word for all of us, for our highest and best good. I know that we are all filled with health, wealth, with abundance, with happiness. We are filled with all we need. And as we allow ourselves to know that truth, as we allow ourselves to move with that truth, we step boldly every moment of every day toward what we have decided we are experiencing this year in each area of our life. We move confidently, with love, with connection, with peace. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for this for all of us. I'm grateful for a new year. And I'm grateful for each new day. I know that it is divinely guided on purpose and so blessed. So I let it go, and I know and I trust it's already done. And together we sing.
And
so it
is. Okay. Woo-hoo. Love it. What's happening next week?
Oh my gosh. I don't know what's happening.
So
I know.
you know what's happening.
I know.
Our-
Boys
our-
and girls.
Our
Dear, you can say it again.
dear Dr. Reverend Jerry Trower is going to be here
He's gonna be right
on
here.
the sofa.
He's gonna be right
And
here.
yes,
We
for
might
those.
have to.
Yeah, we'll have to do a
We'll do
little
like a
thing.
special
I would say a red
thing.
carpet, but we already have a
Very
red sofa.
sofa.
So if you don't know, Jerry is the president of Anton Affiliated New Thought Network, as well as an author and speaker, and
just a great energy. Just such
a lover of
positive
Disney.
person.
He is. What's that? Yeah, he's a big deal. He's
kind of a big deal.
He's
in
kind
our
of a big
world.
deal,
Yes,
yeah,
so
in
but
our world, and
yes.
he volunteered
He's gonna grace us with
to
his
come
presence.
here when we were at Anton conference.
And then
in
we held him
October.
to it.
And then we held him
We
to
might
it.
have just
That's
said
right.
it in all the joy and all the
So
But we said-
exactly. Well, and we'll tell you that that's how we manifest it too.
No.
We went around
did that a
taking
few
pictures with a few big deals in the New
Yeah.
Thought world.
Mhm.
And we said,
Yeah.
yep, just so when you're on the sofa, we have a picture together. Yeah,
I mean,
that
just
was our gig.
saying, just
Yeah,
saying.
that's what we're.
I know.
That's we're manifesting.
We've done so well.
We're doing it.
I
Yeah.
know.
So he'll be here. He is also doing a workshop.
I mean, I didn't expect that.
Yes.
I was so excited that he offered. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. So his workshop we have the details we can put
We
online
can
for
put the
that.
details on there.
Yes.
It's going to follow
Eh,
right away.
right
Let's get
after.
to it. Mhm.
And it is a $20 love donation.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
we are so very excited
Oh
for
my
that.
gosh,
So,
so grateful and excited.
yes. So bring a friend. Come next
Yes.
week. Bring a friend.
Yes, everyone be here. If you
Yes.
are present in this area, please be here.
Please come. Yes,
Oh my gosh, it's going to be I think we always have a great day.
we do. Yes.
But it's very fun when we have a guest. And
It is
this
very
a
fun when we have a
very
guest,
special
yes.
guest. And we're both going to be here. So
Yes.
it's going to be a party.
It's going to be a party.
Maybe Lyric should make some littles.
Oh, and lyric littles? That would be good.
She'll be here next week, so she should make some lyric
She should.
littles.
Yeah. Her mother should tell her
Put
that.
that girl to work, boys and girls. Yes. And because I'm no sugar, we're gonna work tomorrow on creating one of her types of cookies with monk fruit.
That's
Just
awesome.
to see if
Just
we can
to
replace
see.
it to where
There you go.
I would be happy
Yes.
with it.
I'm sure that
I'm
is
very
going
picky.
to be delicious.
I hope
I'm
so.
knowing and affirming that now.
I hope
Yes.
so, 'cause I want to eat it.
So,
How can we support you?
Oh.
thank you. Thank you.
And-
I appreciate that. So how you can support us is one, like and subscribe.
Yes, please.
We really appreciate that on our YouTube channel. You can join us on our Facebook group
Called
it-
Sofa Sundays.
called Sofa Sundays. It's a group, not a page. So
Yes.
Facebook group there. And you can also support us financially on beginwithinministries.com. You can do a one-time donation or you can become a member for $45 a month. And for family, $75. If you do that, you get amazing things. Ready? Mugshot.
Oh wait, it's our
Ah.
dinner.
A good mugshot.
Mugshot. You get your mug.
You also
which
get the year journal.
you get the year journal.
It's got the topics for the entire year.
You get a little sofa charm.
And our sofa charm, which is, I think, so cute.
It is.
Sofa charm.
So, and then you get
Us.
well, you get
You
us.
get to see
And then
us.
you get your name
Get
on
your
it.
own name
Little
tag, yeah.
in there.
And
You
when we
haven't
hit
got the
a-
name tag yet?
I do have it.
Oh,
Actually,
okay.
I was gonna say, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we have
And-
to get Lacey one now.
We have to get Lacey a
I know.
name tag now.
And when we hit 100 members, we're gonna make jerseys.
Yes.
Ann and I.
Yeah.
You're gonna get your own number on the back. It's gonna be amazing.
We're working on it.
I'm ready
We're
for
working.
merchandising. let me
Yeah,
tell you.
she's
I'm the
totally about the
merchandising queen, and
merchandising,
I'm excited.
for sure.
I know. I'm ready to go.
So that's just some of the wonderful things. And if Michelle or I do the workshop or a class
Yes.
for our members, that is free.
Right.
And
Just like what this was a free workshop for our members.
members, yes.
Mhm. Yeah, we
So,
did this free for us.
Just wanted to give you why you would want to join us.
That's true.
Oh, and if you pay for the whole year, it's only $4.50. You save 2 months.
Oh, see, and we give special.
And we give special discounts, yes, because we just had somebody pay for the year.
I
so I was like,
know.
oh, yeah.
So sweet when she does that.
Yes,
So
I love that.
exciting. Oh, but anyway, we love our partners,
Partners.
and of course, we want to keep growing. So,
Yes.
if you want to be part of this great community, that whatever you can do, we would love it. So, join us. Be
Join
part of
us.
This. We're
Be part of
we're
Sofa
building
Sundays.
something amazing.
Yes,
All right, is that it?
I think so. And
I
our
think
tech
so,
guy
because
wants us
he's
to
up
go.
there ready
Yeah.
to be done.
He's like, let's get out of here already. So we appreciate you. We'll see you next week.
Thanks for watching. Tune in again next week at 11:11 a.m. Pacific Time. or Monday evening at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. In partnership with New Thought Media Network.